Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good day. Hello, everybody. We are here. We are back. We are excited to be here. And we hope that you are too. This is a soulful, satisfying Sunday morning. And if you are just a little bit like me, you are over the top excited that you are among the living, that you are among the living, that you have another opportunity to get that thing right. I got up this morning, I'm like, God, you gave me another chance. Okay, that means that there's purpose inside me. And so guess what? That means that me, Vicki Kirk May, that I have something that God wants me to do. And so when I got up this morning and I stood at attention because I wanted to hear everything that he wanted me to do. I did not want to miss any part of the instructions that God has for me. And guess what? This morning, through this BYOB weekend morning show, guess what? God is going to give you some instructions on what it is that he wants you to do. And so I want you just think about it. Think about this question. This is a rhetorical question that I just want you to meditate. I want you to marinate on this question, okay? And let it ponder in your heart and in your mind for a moment. Will tomorrow be another just over broke kind of day?
Wow.
I think that's a Selah moment in the Bible. When it says Selah, that means just think on that for a moment. Sometimes we ask ourselves questions, but we don't even sit in that thing long enough to really think about it. So just think just for a moment and listen to that inner voice. Now, the next question is, are you okay with that? I have some beautiful co-hosts that's going to introduce themselves to you right now. And, and we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling because we want to hear some good instructions some godly instructions on what we are to do this day.
Ooh, Vicki. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the weekend edition of the BYOB show. I'm Rose Fauntleroy. Vicki, girl, yeah. what? Girl, I'm feeling that all in my stomach. I woke up this morning excited.
I call it your shando. You feel it all in your shando.
All in my shando. Look, you got me feeling it all in the atmosphere down where I can't get the words out.
Yes.
I woke up this morning to some instructions that said it was harvest time, and the instructions said God didn't want us to make it hard.
That's it.
You know what I said? I said, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God, for that word. But most of all, thank you for waking me up to receive that word. To receive it, and then to have the question.
Yes.
Is tomorrow another just over broke day? And I mean, that thing makes you sit there with it, and then you say, and are you okay with that? No, I wouldn't be okay with it. I'm not afraid to say it. But then the question comes, how you gonna do? What you gonna do about it?
Ooh, let me jump in there. You all are just hitting it today. So, hi, I'm Cherie Caldwell, Vicki, Rose, just over broke. And are you okay? And when you said sit with it for a second, and what is, listening for guidance and voice, and what came to me was, we don't have just over broke potential. That's not how God made us. We do not have a just over broke potential. We have a just over broke mindset that we need to get out of. We need to get out of that mindset. We are holding ourselves back. We are holding ourselves back because we don't believe that we are awesome made creatures, that we are divine in nature, and that we have a source that is feeding us. And when we forget that, we can't see that potential, and we stay in a just over broke mindset, ending up at a just over broke opportunity instead of realizing that we are more than that. We are not broke in potential. We're just not. And we need to get a grasp on that and look for the opportunities to climb out of that mentality and do something with that potential that we've been blessed with.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, you got me over here in tears, girl. Because when you sit back and you think about that thing, and I think about the time that I was still working, and I was okay with that just over broke. Because when you don't realize it, you don't look at it. You know why? Because you get so used to it.
Right.
You get so used to the day-to-day routine. You get so used to, as I was saying a few days ago, robbing Paula to pay Paulina.
Right.
You know, robbing Jacqueline to pay John. You get used to that. It becomes a game.
Exactly.
And you think more about playing the game than you think about getting out of the game. You know, and how to get out of the game. You know, it becomes secondary to you. It becomes comfortable. That mindset. You think about one day it'll hit you. You say, you know, I'm just tired of this, or something will make you mad on that just over broke, on that job. And you'll say, I'm not going to take this anymore. So for a few days, you'll implement something new. You'll start some research. You'll start looking around. You'll start doing these things, but then that anger starts to dissipate.
Right.
And you jump right back into that comfort zone. And you say, well, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. And then you start the game all over again. And you just become comfortable. And when someone hits you in your gut, like this question did, and then says, are you okay with it? That should have set some people free this morning. Because if I was still working, it sure would set me free. And I say, thank you, God, that I'm free. But once you get free, you still have to have a changed mindset, because then you'll get comfortable in being free and still not creating that thing that you wanted to create for yourself. That thing that God put down in your belly, that's sitting next to, are you okay with that just over broke mindset?
You know, and you know, and we do get comfortable with freedom. You can get comfortable enough with freedom. Freedom is not about us. Freedom is about who else can we set free.
Exactly.
If we were just concerned about setting ourselves free, then we've missed the mark totally. Totally. I mean, do we really want you to go to blackwomenequalpay.com just for you?
Right.
Just for you? Just for you and just for yours? So it really is a mindset. What do you really, really believe? Why do you think that God, you know, put this particular purpose in you? And ultimately, oh my gosh, I'm about to get weepy. Ultimately, we all have the same purpose. And that's to set folks free by telling them the good news. That's our purpose.
Come on now.
But what is your daily God-given assignment? I'm a teacher, and I give daily assignments. And when I have students that don't complete their assignment on Monday, and here it is Tuesday, and yet you get another assignment, and then another assignment as the week go by Friday, you like, you running around all confused and discombobulated because you have not been doing your daily assignments.
There you go.
That's good, Vicki.
And so this is where we're at. Those of you who know, we have sense enough to know that owning your own business, becoming an entrepreneur is not for everybody. Somebody has to be the employer. Somebody has to be the employee. We have sense enough to know that. But for those of you that know that there's more for you than just the job that you're on, and you're just going into that job day after day after day, not completing your assignment. You want to know why you're frustrated, because you're hard-headed. You want to know why you're in overwhelm, because you're not living a peaceful life, because you're not obeying. So, something as simple as going to blackwomenequalpay.com will set you free. I heard someone tell me today, and I can't wait to just continue to expound on it. Then, ladies, I'm going to shut up. But you have to be willing and obedient in order to eat the good of the land. Willingness is that easy thing. That's that thing that you were ready to do anyway. As a matter of fact, you were probably already in it. You already walking in it. You already doing it. But that obedience, that's that thing. That's that hard thing. That's the thing that God might want you to stop doing, but you holding on to it for dear life. You don't want to give that up. You don't want to give that away. But God said, if you be willing, see, I know you want to do it, but you have to obey. That means that along this journey, it's going to be some hard things. Hey, just thinking about leaving my job of 24 years, don't you know, it makes me cringe sometimes? But I know what God has told me to do. I know he's given me strategy. So for me to be hard-headed, every time I slip up, I have to think back, what did I not do?
Right.
What did I not do? Who did I not listen to? Just over broke. I don't want to live. That is not my lifestyle. That is not what God intended for me. It's not what he intended for you. Those of us who settle for just over broke is saying, Jesus, I know that you died so that I might have abundant life, but I don't want it. Oh. So what we're really saying is, Jesus, what you did on the cross, it was in vain for me.
Ooh, that's deep.
It was in vain for me. That's not what he wanted for us. He went through all the ridicule, all the humiliation, all of the beating, just think about it. All the whipping, the being going from judgment hall to judgment hall, accused of things that he didn't even do, just so that we could have more than enough. And you settling for just over broke? It's time to wake up and do what he's called us to do. Take action. Stop talking about it all the time. Talking about this and talking about that. And go on and go to Black Women Equal Pay. Find out what it's all about. And say, you know what? I may not understand all these missing pieces. I won't until I get into the thick of things. Get your tail in the thick of things. And surround yourself with some folks that's gonna lead you. When I got into this community, I wasn't completely blind, but I was blind in my right eye. My left eye was pretty good, but this right eye, one of these eyes, I couldn't see anything. I needed some folks to guide me along the way. Some of you all are blind in both eyes, but then folks got a hand reaching out saying, I'll lead you to abundance. I'll lead you to overflow. I'll lead you to more than enough. And you all won't do something. Let me tell you, Black women, www.blackwomenequalpay.com. It's in Braille. You don't even have to see to go to it.
Go ahead, Vicky. Go.
Oh no.
Go on now. But you know, Vicky, you that's a word. That's a word. That word should be freeing somebody this morning. Because think about it. As you said, I was always told, well, God told me to move, but I decided not to move. So I know all about that disobedience thing. Okay. And when you are disobedient, yeah, I have to put my hand up. He spanks you. He spanks you. You come back around to that thing again. And you say, wait a minute. Didn't I just, wait a minute. How could that happen? I know I did. But someone told me, either you serve or you suffer. Which one will you choose? If you choose to be disobedient and not follow what God has put a lot of times right in our hand, because we ask him for things and he gives it to us. Now, he may not give it just how we ask for it, but he does put something in our hands. We throw that to the side and keep on walking our own walk. He said, okay, okay, I got you. Because you know he's never going to leave you. Right. But he's always going to get the glory. It's always for his glory. So he said, go ahead, Sherry.
You sure I can interrupt, girl? Because you're on a roll. But
you can interrupt.
What you all just made me think of. So we all have heard that story about how the rains came, the flood was coming, and you climbed up on the roof of your house, and you're like, God, come save me. And somebody came by in a boat. Then somebody came by in a bigger boat. And then some helicopter flew over. And you're just like, well, God, why didn't you save me? Well, I sent all that. I'm like, here we are. Yeah. Here we are. We're saying, here's an opportunity to learn, get an education, and train yourself so that you can get beyond the just over broke mindset. So you can create and live into the potential you have. Here's an opportunity. This is the little boat coming by. And as a matter of fact, this has come by the second time. So we're the bigger boat.
Shoot, this came by.
Don't wait and let the helicopter pass you by.
This is the seventh day.
In the boat. Jump in the boat. Come along for the ride. Go check it out and find out what's there. There's all kinds of opportunity. And the thing is that this is just the training giving you the workout. Remember how in Karate Kid he was doing this and this and this to train for certain things, you know? And Jaden was thinking that it was, with that this was just not really training, not preparing him. But then he understood when he learned that the motions were actually preparing. So sometimes we just don't get that the education, the training is up to our benefit because we can't see it. I don't see the clear path. And so we miss it. And that's where the obedience comes in. It's like you have to step out on trust because sometimes you only see the first step in front of you. You don't see all the way around the curve. But the issue is, right, exactly. But you know where you are is not right either. You know, we just all raised our hands about getting smacked down a couple of times.
Right, both of mine. Both of mine. But you know,
then it finally becomes clear. You go, oh, I got to stop doing that.
Right.
I keep going for this job. I keep going for this thing. And we're not doing anything outrageous. We're just trying to do what we're supposed to do. Working hard on a job.
We're trying to survive. We're in survival mode. When God says all you need, everything you need, I've already given you inside of you. And as long as you're holding my hand and I will get the glory, you will make the story.
We want to hold some job's hand. We want to do this. And we don't recognize that, especially in our culture, we have a whole thing around, working for other people, thinking this is the best we can do, that there's been limitations, but we are not capped. We are not capped. We have unlimited potential. We just have to have the faith And as my coach says me, I know about your coach is my coach, right? We have to believe in ourselves, right? If we don't believe it and own it, then what are we, like you said, when you said we're telling Jesus what you did was in vain. Oh, no. No, we need to stop, listen, reflect, and move.
Put your faith in action. And God says, I will hold your right hand. I will never let go of your hand, which means that he will guide you. He is holding you. So if you slip, think about it. If someone's holding your hand, if you slip, usually they have you. They're going to catch you by that elbow.
Right.
And make sure that you don't hit the ground.
Right.
And we've been talking about this for a minute now, at least 7 days this week. And God dropped in my spirit. 7 is the number of completion. Tomorrow is the 8th day. That's your new beginning.
A new beginning.
8 is the number of new beginnings. So will your new beginning tomorrow be by going to www.blackwomenequalpay and taking a look at the 12 certifications that are offered and sign up for your opportunity? Because God presents us with opportunities. He sent a small boat, he sent a big boat, he sent a helicopter. And you said, no, you go ahead, I got a ride. And then you sit down and say, well, where my ride? Your ride just left. Don't let that be you and your ride. You tell your ride to go head on and you still looking.
Right. But see, we think our ride is that good old Social Security check. We think our ride is going to be retirement. We think our ride is going to be that 401k. We think that's our ride. And so we just waiting on that ride. And then the ride might show up, but the ride is the vehicle is so small,
right,
that we could barely fit in, let alone all our bills, our responsibilities, the people that are counting on us. Nothing that can't go in there.
So then you
have to start. Then you have to choose. Who wants to live an either or life? I want to live a both and life.
Absolutely.
That's what going to www.blackwomenequalpay.com. That's it means for me that I don't have to choose. That I can have it all. And I know it kind of seems almost a little whatever, but I can't help how it looks and how it feels to you all. I believe that God has set it up so that if I want the greater things in life, if I want the finer things in life, that I can have it. I just feel like if anybody who live where gates are made of pearl and streets are paved with gold, that's my kind of guy right there.
What you saying?
So that which is in heaven can be here on earth.
That's right.
And I think sometimes we forget that. And and I just say you can have what you say you can have.
You can do what you say you want to do. You can. The only thing that's stopping you is making that first step. You have to trust. You have to believe. You have to be obedient. Mm-hmm. Those things don't have to cost you anything. But if you are disobedient, it could cost you everything.
Cost you everything.
It could cost you.
That's good right there.
And you don't even realizing that it's costing you everything. And see, this is the thing. You really don't realize that it's cost you everything until you get older. Until you finally say, oh, now I'm going to take the time.
Yeah.
But then an illness crops up.
Yeah.
So that's something else to pull your concentration and your time in another way. Or one of the children has a crisis and you have to concentrate on that. Or one of those bills comes in a little higher than you expected.
Right.
And it's due right now.
That's right.
So then you got to scramble, something that's going to pull your time and your attention away. See, you don't realize what it's costing you. See, it's costing you a little bit every day. You don't realize it because it's being chipped away. Like we were saying when we were talking about closing that wage gap. If
Right.
you had $1 million in your bank account and you physically saw it there, and then the next day you didn't see it there, and you couldn't find it, that would rate more. That would really get your attention.
Right.
But because it's being chipped away a little bit every day, a little bit every day, and it's not just your money that's being chipped away. It's your self-esteem.
Right.
It's your time. It's your ideas. It's your dreams. It's your decisions. It's your choices. Those things are being chipped away a little bit every day. So you kind of don't notice it. It's almost like you get a glimpse of something out the corner of your eye and you be like, I know I saw something.
Right.
But then when you turn to look, it's gone. Don't.
That's a good way.
Yeah,
Right.
don't let that chipping every way catch you over here in your latter days.
That's it.
In your latter days. Wishing you had did something, you were obedient, you had listened, you continue to hold God's right hand and let him lead you in your former days. Because he said, if you do these things in your former days, I'll make sure that your latter days are the best days. So prepare now for your best days. Go to www.blackwomenequalpay.com. Get ready for your latter days because see, what you do today will determine what you can do later. If your health is not good today and you start making changes today, that's going to have an effect on your latter.
Right.
So if your
Really
dream is right here in front of you today, say for instance, you woke up out of a dream this morning and that thing was on your mind. And you went downstairs to cook breakfast, but you meant to write it down before you started. Stop right now and go do that. Stop right now and go write that thing down before it escapes your mind. Because I think all of us can attest to when those ideas are really flowing and really hitting you. And if you don't document them right then and there, you'll catch yourself later trying to remember that.
Trying to remember. Be like, God, please bring it back. Please bring it back.
Yeah.
And be like, I told you to keep that journal and that pen with you at all times. And I told you to stop and put it in your phone, but no, you want to go on. Like, oh, I remember that because it was so good. You just know you're going to remember it.
And I can't tell you how many times I have said that. Oh, I know this was so good. I know I'm not going to forget it. I come to sit and write that thing down later. It's like, Lord, I can't even get a piece of it right. Right. And see, he's promised you more than a piece of. He's promised you the whole of.
Right.
All we got to do is walk in obedience to get it.
That's it. I don't know if I've ever told the story about, but it's I don't know if I've ever told it live. I know I've shared it before, but it's somebody out there that's just you know that you have been procrastinating, and you know that God has told you to apply, to make a move, to make a decision, whatever the decision, yes or no. God said make a decision, but you keep putting it off and putting it off. Let me just take about 2 minutes and tell you what putting it off can do. I created, and I'm going to say I was, God gave me a vision of a game. And I played that game. I created that game. I got my card stock, and I did all of this, and I played it with my family. When the church had different events, I would take it to church and we played it, and God kept saying, you need to go on and see about, really producing this game. And I just kept, putting it off, and, just scared, not really knowing what to do. I want you all to know that game is called Taboo.
Oh, get out, Vicky.
I kid you not. Because God, what God has purpose is going to go forth.
Come on.
We're not stopping anything. Let me say that. We're not stopping anything. If you are not obedient, and obedience means not just you're gonna do what God say whenever you want to do it. You got to do it when God tells you to do it. You have to be in the right timing of God. But just like he gave it to me, he gave it to this person, and he gave it to that person. He already knew what I was gonna do. I had the opportunity. The door was open. My family loved the game. My church members, everybody who played it, I knew it was a winner. But because of my hard-headedness, my procrastination, that negative self-talk.
Woo.
Wow. That's a tough lesson.
That was a tough lesson. But that was a tough lesson. So I'm saying, do it now. We're in a now season, not later. We're in a now season. Do it now. You're going to be given the strategy. You're going to be given the resources. You already have everything that you need. It's already, that seed is already inside you. I said this morning, not only is the seed inside you, the seed is you.
That's right.
Allow this community, allow the certifications to water your seed, to water you, so that you can grow and develop, and you can position yourself for more. And I think sometimes we forget to position ourselves for more. We stay all shriveled up, and this is it. When God says, I want to expand you, and he's using these 12 certifications to expand you, but you won't even do something as simple as go to a website that'll take 5 minutes for you to peruse, if that. Today is the day.
That's right, Vicky.
Today is the day.
So right.
And Vicky, you made such a great point. You said, let these certification, let that be your water to your seed. We didn't say you getting in a program is going to grow you a tree as soon as you sign up, but it's going to water that seed to grow into whatever you want it to be. Because it's not just a piece of paper that you're getting.
It's not.
It's not just a piece of paper that you're getting. You're getting resources. You're getting the resources to build a business, resources how to get clients in your business, because you can build a business all day long. You can go through the motions all day long. But if you don't have any clients, any customers in your business, you don't have anything. Then you get a community. You get a community that is walking that same path along with you. Some are a little further ahead, some are behind, some are right there on the side with you, pushing you on, cheering you on, even correcting you, and when it's needed. Because those are all the things, not just in business, but those are the things in life. Because you've heard me say it many times, life and business intersect. You can't have one without the other.
That's right.
So let today Let today be the water
Right.
to your seed. Apply. Go to www.blackwomenequalpay. Fill out the application, apply. That's a little bit of water that you've put on that seed.
That's it.
That
Yes.
seed will start to pop through, and then some sunshine will hit it.
There you go.
And then when the sunshine hits it, then it's going to flourish. Well, that's what happens when you're in a community of like-minded people. You flourish. And when you're following your purpose, when you're being obedient and following what God has for you. Today is the 7th day. Today is your day of completion. Let that 8th day be that day of your new beginnings.
That's good.
You know what, ladies? Thank you as usual, because even when I'm sitting here having a conversation with you, I am just given so many nuggets. It's like these conversations are enriching me, talking to me, and I'm like, ooh, where have I been procrastinating? Where have I not been following through? Where did I just say that, oh no, I'm going to wait for the next boat? Where have I been doing that today? So let me just fix that right now.
Right.
You know, let me free myself from my just over broke mentality, my just over broke mindset. Let me reach out and just say, you know, do we have to have another tough lesson? Can we just say, okay, I think I got it this time and just follow through? You know, so I'm there. Thank you. This has just been amazing. And we all need to get on the boat wherever we are. If you haven't gone to the website, go look at it. If you're contemplating what you need to do to change your life, go get some education, some training, and look at the different opportunities that are out there. You know, do not give up on yourself and do not ignore the boats that God is sending your way.
That's right.
Today is the day. We thank you all for joining us today. I just got to take a deep breath. My stomach muscles are tight. I mean, because once you have been convicted, you can't go back to what it was. You just can't. So let today bury the dead things. Today is the day to bury those dead things, and tomorrow is the day of new beginnings. We hope to see you here tomorrow. We do not take it lightly that you all join us every day on the BYOB Morning Show. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.